kneeling windmill. Kettlebell half kneeling windmill is a step within our full Turkish get up. So right now you guys are familiar with doing a half Turkish get up where we're laying on the ground and we're working to get into that plank and stack the shoulders. Now we're actually going to work on the second piece of that. And this drill or this movement is called, again, a kettlebell half kneeling windmill. So we're going to take a knee. So right now I have my right knee lifted, I'm down on my left knee. Now one of the things that you can do to help create a more stable base is to take this back foot here and turn it in. So now I have a little bit more support in my base. Now, since my left leg is down, my left hand is going to be the one reaching towards the ground, so the kettlebell needs to go on my right side. So I'm going to grab that kettlebell, clean it into rack, and then press it up overhead. Now again, I've rotated that foot slightly in so that I have a nice stable base. The other thing is anytime we have a kettlebell overhead, we should always be looking at that kettlebell. That ensures that we always know where that kettlebell is going. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that kettlebell. Keep my core nice and tight, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to work to hip hinge our right hip out to the right side. So as I hip hinge, I'm going to reach that left hand down towards the ground. I'm also going to allow a slight opening of the chest so that I can try to feel my shoulders stack one upon the other. If you guys noticed when I turned to look at the camera, my kettlebell actually started to waver a little bit. Okay, that's just a prime example of why it's super important that as you guys are doing your work that you always keep those eyes on that kettlebell. And then I'm going to squeeze those glutes and return to that standing position, okay? Once we feel comfortable and confident with this hip hinge here, we can advance this movement and work on that range, a little bit deeper hip hinge and coming down to the elbow. Again, looking at that kettlebell. I want to look at you guys, right? Good. And then come back to the top. All right? So again, this is called a kettlebell half kneeling windmill. And as opposed to our standing windmill does give us some mechanics of a hip hinge, a lateral hip hinge, and also stabilizing the kettlebell up over our head, all right? But this kettlebell half kneeling windmill is actually an element of our full Turkish get up, okay? So I hope in drilling this movement and really perfecting this piece of the puzzle, it's gonna help all of us feel comfortable and confident in our full Turkish get up. So again, kettlebell half kneeling windmill.